All right, the time is now 9 o'clock. 9 a.m. I'd like to call this special Board of Selectmen meeting to order for March 3rd at 9. And roll call.
Art Gagnon.
I'm sorry. Art Gagnon, Kevin Cunningham, and Becky, you're there? Maybe not.
It's on mute now.
All right. Let me just get to this. Go back over there. Share the screen. And ask that you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Becky is joining us here at this point. So again, roll call was Art, Kevin, and Becky. Thank you. All right, item C, approved minutes of the Board of Select meeting dated February 22nd to 2021.
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for February 22nd, 2021.
I will second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And new business, and I can explain very briefly what this is. We are supposed to be able to have a public hearing on March 15th at 6:30. That public hearing is, there's a town meeting in order to discuss and have a public forum on this for questions and answers. We need to have consider an act on setting a public hearing for March 15th at 6 p.m. in order to hold that public hearing to receive comments and questions for the adoption of the Town of Plainfield Rehab Area Program. So that's what this is about. The legal notices will be set out there to give more descriptive understanding of what the public hearing is about in regards to the for the actual rehab area programming, which talks about deferral of tax increases for properties, or a tax deferral for improvements that they would be doing based on their application. So this is why we need to have this meeting today, so we can set that public hearing for 6 p.m. So I would ask that we would consider that. Art, do you have any questions on?
I do. And
okay.
The biggest question is why we're having a public hearing, not just a meeting on this.
Yeah, the town meeting should have warned it so that we properly said we would have a public hearing to discuss it first, and then we would go right into the town meeting to approve or, take action on. So that's why, without saying that we would have a public discussion on it, we need to set that first, allow people to have an opportunity to speak. Because we missed that, we just got to catch it right now. And so at 6 p.m., we'd have that.
I'm wondering how we missed it.
I don't know.
I don't see it in the charter.
Yeah.
I read the charter last night. I read it today on town meetings. I don't see where it's supposed to be a public hearing.
Yeah, and I think
Kevin, the only one that I'm telling you, the only one that says we have to have a public hearing is if we enact a town ordinance. Section 25F. That's the only, and truthfully, I don't see where we even have to have a town meeting for this resolution, because there's reasons for bonds, notes, or other forms of borrowing. That's one. For non-budgeted appropriation.
Yep.
For purchase of real estate. For grants in excess of $10,000. For real estate lease. For enacting ordinances, or proposing a proposal of sufficient importance, which this is.
And this is something that we'll talk about in the charter revision, because this is actually a state ordinance. They're talking about when you make modifications for assessments.
So we're going to do, this is an ordinance, not a resolution.
Well, it is a resolution based on the state statutes. Okay. And the state statute says that we have to have public comment and therefore a town meeting.
According to 7-7, I haven't read it.
No, it's not 7-7, it's 1265. That's why the charter needs to include this as well.
Yep, I'm going to write that down.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we set a public hearing for March 15th at 6 o'clock via Zoom. We on Zoom?
Yep.
Via Zoom.
We'll be on Zoom. Yep. Okay, the motion has been made to have that public hearing March 15th, 6 p.m. And I will second that. Any other discussion?
The only one thing, do you have to post this whole resolution in the paper too?
Yeah, it'll be posted as a legal notice for a town of Plainfield public hearing. So we're going to be talking about it as relates to the state statutes, designating the town for rehab areas, providing the eligibles, that we talked about before. So yeah, I can share with you a copy of the actual legal notice that is going to be putting into the papers.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it's the same as 25F.
It's pretty much the same as what we're talking about with the other meeting.
So, yeah, we'll get into that later.
Okay.
With the charter.
Yeah, I'll print a copy of what the statutes and why, and leave it in your box for you.
Okay.
All right, so we have a motion, we have a second. I'll move the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None, and we go forward. With that, we now have that as a public hearing for March 15th at 6 p.m. And that'll be on Zoom, and I will make sure that that information gets put to the public, and we have plenty of time for notifications in the newspaper and Turnpike Fire. That's it. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And I will second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's 9:07. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you all soon.